Hello everyone, a great welcome to the channel. We have already covered part 1 in morning and now we are doing part 2 of the exam which was conducted on 7 June 2023 for this subject code MA English Entrance. Again, a great thanks to everyone who has provided me the questions of that question paper which was conducted on 7th. क्वेश्चन नंबर 26 25 क्वेश्चंस हम ऑलरेडी कवर कर चुके हैं मॉर्निंग के वीडियो में. Belinda appears in which work? This was not a tough one. Rape of the Lock 1712. Yes, that is the right answer. The protagonist of the poem Belinda. Belinda is very wealthy, very beautiful young lady who travels for socializing and leisure, and her remarkable beauty attracts attention of Baron, who cuts off a lock of her hair. Question 27. Writer of Rajtarangini. ये क्वेश्चंस किसी ऑर्डर में नहीं है. दिस इज जस्ट द इंफॉर्मेशन दैट आई हैव बीन रिसीविंग. कल्हाना इज द राइट आंसर. राजतरंगिनी. कल्हाना was the author of Rajtarangini and it was an account of the history of Kashmir, somewhere written between 1148 and 49. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन जिसके ऑप्शन को लेकर मुझे थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन है. पीपल आर सेइंग कि 22 वाज द नियरेस्ट ऑप्शन. फॉर हाउ मेनी लैंग्वेजेस द साहित्य अकेडमी अवार्ड इज गिवन? अकॉर्डिंग टू मी इट शुड हैव बीन 24, बट all of them had to select 22. Now let us see what NTA is going to do about this question. एक क्वेश्चन हाइकू से रिलेटेड था. ये सभी क्वेश्चन आई एम टेलिंग यू ओवर एंड अगेन ना तो क्रोनोलॉजिकल ऑर्डर में है जिसमें आपके एग्जाम्स में आए होंगे और ना ही बिल्कुल एग्जैक्ट लैंग्वेज में है वो क्वेश्चन. जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन मुझे दी गई है ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट आई एम शेयरिंग कि एग्जाम में क्या क्या टॉपिक्स थे. हाइकू 17 सिलेबल्स की एक छोटी सी पोएट्री है. हाइकू का जॉनरा पूछा गया था. एज फार एज द नॉलेज हैज बीन गिवन टू मी, दिस इज वन गुड एग्जांपल. फर्स्ट लाइन में 5 syllables, then 7 and then 5. And old, silent, pond, 5 syllables, hence 7 in second line and 5 in the third line. Total 17 syllables are there in haiku. Question number 30. The Apu trilogy is based on novel written by. अगर आपका क्वेश्चन रहा होगा, आई एम सेइंग कि आई एम नॉट अवेयर कि लैंग्वेज क्या थी क्वेश्चन की. अगर नॉवेल की बात है तो आंसर डिफरेंट होगा. अगर अपू ट्रिलॉजी की डायरेक्शन की बात है तो आंसर डिफरेंट होगा. अपू ट्रिलॉजी कंप्राइजेस 3 इंडियन बंगाली लैंग्वेज ड्रामा फिल्म्स डायरेक्टेड बाय सत्यजीत रे. अगर डायरेक्शन है तो आंसर होगा सत्यजीत रे, पाथेर पांचाली, अपराजितो एंड द वर्ल्ड ऑफ अपू. And the films are based on 2 Bengali novels written by Vibhuti Bhushan Bandyopadhyay, Pather Panchali and Aparajito. ये 2 novels लिखे गए थे जिनके बेस पर ये 3 movies बनाई गई थी. Pather Panchali, such a nice beautiful word which means little song of the road. अगर किसी ने पाथेर पांचाली मूवी नहीं देखी है तो जरूर देखिए. इट इज अ वंडरफुल पीस ऑफ आर्ट. Question 31. Which of the following is not an example of magical realism? 100 Years of Solitude, Midnight's Children, The Circle of Reason, In Custody. In Custody, जिस पर एक बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुल मूवी बनी है जिसमें ओम पुरी और शशि कपूर ने काम किया है, बेस्ड अपॉन दी नॉवेल रिटन बाय अनीता देसाई. That is the right answer here. Heat and Dust, again a nice book and the nicer movie. Written by Ruth Prava Jhabwala, and you will easily find the movie as well if you want to watch. Pseudonym से related कुछ questions थे मैचिंग लिस्ट की फॉर्म में, लेकिन मुझे पूरी लिस्ट नहीं मिली तो I could not create the question in the form of list, but I'll tell you whatever could be recalled. जॉर्ज ऑरवेल किसका pseudonym था? करेक्ट आंसर इज एरिक आर्थर ब्लेयर, जिनकी बायोग्राफी लिखी थी बर्नार्ड क्रिक ने, और उन्होंने बताया था कि क्यों उन्होंने एक pseudonym चूज किया. उन्हें अपना नाम एरिक बिल्कुल भी पसंद नहीं था और उन्हें ये भी श्योर नहीं था कि एज अ राइटर वो सक्सेसफुल होंगे या नहीं होंगे. अगर नहीं होते तो उनका नाम सबको पता चल जाता. ही वांटेड टू सेव हिज पेरेंट्स फ्रॉम दिस काइंड ऑफ शेम, सो ही चोज अ डिफरेंट नेम. जॉर्ज इलियट से रिलेटेड भी कुछ ऐसा ही क्वेश्चन था. And all of us know real name was Mary Ann Evans. Mark Twain's real name was also asked in question paper. So the answer was Samuel Langhorne Clemens और बहुत ही पॉपुलर है अपनी नॉवेल्स के लिए, इंक्लूडिंग पायलटिंग अ स्टीम बोट, एक स्टीम बोट के पायलट भी रह चुके हैं. Then there was a question related to International Booker Prize for Translated Fiction. Very prestigious award, the introduction of International Prize to complement Man Booker Prize was announced in 2004 and 2022. Gitanjali Shri and Daisy Rockwell made the translation 2022 International Booker Prize. There was a question about the poetry The Lady of the Lake by Walter Scott, published in 1810. Kubla Khan, a poetry written under the impact of opium, published in 1816, written by S.T. Coleridge. One question about Orientalism. A 1978 book by Edward Said, in which the author says that Orientalism is a critical concept which divides East and West. Although only one or two hints I got that All My Sons was also there. Few are saying yes, few are saying no. But there is no harm in knowing who wrote All My Sons. All My Sons written by Arthur Miller, जो कि Death of the Salesman के लिए भी जाने जाते हैं, based upon American Dream theme. And this one, All My Sons, was written in 1947. Sons and Lovers, I think, was in matching option. We know a very popular 1913 novel by D.H. Lawrence. A Defense of Rhyme. This was a treatise by Samuel Daniel, जो कि डिफेंड करता है इंग्लिश वर्सेस की लैक ऑफ अधेरेंस के एलिगेशन को. 43rd, An Apology for Poetry. This is a work by Philip Sidney that we know, first published in 1595 and was a reply to Stephen Gausson's The School of Abuse. 44th, The Theatre of the Absurd. It is a term by Martin S. Lane और बहुत सारे playwrights included होते हैं Theatre of Absurd में, जैसे कि Eugene Ionesco, Jean Genet and Harold Pinter. Next question, in his book In Theory, Ejaz Ahmed works out the relations between the three entities. कौन सी three entities थी वो? It was classes, nations and literatures. Next question, which Indian writer uses myths and legends in contemporary way? Vijay Tendulkar, Karnad, Mohan Rakesh or Mahesh Dattani? The correct answer is, of course, Girish Karnad. Yayati is a good example of it. Mythology and folklore were Girish Karnad's favorite muses, and he is credited with transposing stories from epics and oral traditions. Which of the following is not related to post-structuralism? The best possible answer here is Paul Demin. Writers whose works are often characterized as post-structuralists are Derrida, Roland Barthes, Michel Foucault, and Claude Lévi-Strauss. Paul Demin here is the odd one out. And this question, for which everyone is saying कि options गलत थे, options गलत नहीं थे. Love's Labour's Lost was by Shakespeare, Volpone was by Ben Jonson, Edward II was by Marlowe, and John Lilly's Endymion. John Lilly का Endymion कैसे? Because this is a play by him. There is a play of same name, Endymion. Love's Labour Lost तो विलियम शेक्सपियर की कॉमेडी है 1590s की, that we know, and Volpone 1605 का एक play है by Ben Jonson, that we know, and Edward II also we are aware of, a Renaissance period play by Christopher Marlowe, and Endymion जिसका कि पूरा नाम you can see, The Man in the Moon, that is an Elizabethan era comedy by John Lilly. 1588 is the year. Next question is a statement. The mind is its own place and in itself can make a heaven of hell, hell of heaven. कि S must be used है इस statement में. Let us see statement किसने दी है. The line is spoken by Satan in the epic poetry Paradise Lost. Next question में definitions दी गई थी in terms की euphemism, euphuism, euphony and cacophony. Euphemism is the substitution of some inoffensive expression. For example, you can say fat. Instead of fat, you can say chubby, a little chubby. Euphemism basically is a peculiar mannered style of English prose जो कि जॉन लिली ने क्रिएट किया था. Sophisticated or very ornamented style of presenting something. And euphony are the very smooth kind of words which are kind of honey to the ears. Like if you say the word smooth, if you say the word mellow, it seems like very smooth to the ears. And cacophony are the words like which are very loud and unpleasant, which makes a kind of noise. If you say the word clutter, shutter, kind of cacophony, a harsh sound is created. So that is cacophony. And then there were two terms, actually there were four, rest of the two could not be recalled. One is deus ex machina and the second is commedia dell'arte. Deus ex machina, we know, is an unexpected power that saves mostly the protagonist by the end against some adverse situation. Generally, a very hopeful situation, especially in a play or in a novel. And Commedia dell'arte. It is Italian comedy in English, and the characters are very stereotypical, stock kind of characters. Sometimes there used to be foolish old man and devious kind of servants, military official with false kind of braveries, and a female protagonist, specifically romantic one. And then there was a passage, marriages are made by Eunice D'Souza. Eunice D'Souza is a very popular writer, feminist kind of writer, who in this passage is criticizing the ritual of Indian marriages, how the girl side is always examined and the boy side acts as the examiner and girl side has to act as the aspirant, as if they are to be tested. हर चीज के लिए टेस्ट किया जाता है, टीबी के लिए, मैडनेस के लिए, सॉल्वेंसी के लिए, स्क्विंट्स के लिए, कैविटीज के लिए, स्टूल्स के लिए, इवन इफ द गर्ल इज रिलीजियस और नॉट, हर तरीके से गर्ल को टेस्ट किया जाता है, गर्ल का कॉम्प्लेक्शन टेस्ट किया जाता है. अगर आप पूरा पैसेज अच्छे से पढ़ना चाहते हैं, यू कैन वॉच अ वीडियो. आई एम गिविंग यू द लिंक इन डिस्क्रिप्शन. This topic was taken from one subject, individual and society of Delhi University. इस वीडियो को आप जरूर देखिए. अदरवाइज ऑल्सो दिस वीडियो इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. दिस टॉपिक इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग, हाउ गर्ल साइड इज ऑलवेज जज्ड. Although not many questions could be recalled from this passage, लेकिन अगर आप passage को समझ जाएंगे तो किसी भी तरीके के questions पूछे जाएं, that should be easy. One question was about कि which institution is mentioned here, that is marriage institutions, and this is a satire. तो इस पूरे वीडियो को बहुत अच्छे से देखिए एंड यू विल अंडरस्टैंड इट एंड यू आर गोइंग टू एंजॉय इट. आप में से जो भी कंटिन्यूअसली इसी एग्जाम के बारे में सोच रहे हैं, आई एम गिविंग अ सजेशन, डू नॉट टेक स्ट्रेस. यू कैन नॉट अनडू एनीथिंग. तो कीप काम एंड बेस्ट ऑफ लक फॉर योर रिजल्ट्स. And the next part with solutions of paper A is coming soon.